tell them check out the blog, bro. YouTube channel called MKO. It's pugilism, boxing algorithm. M stand for Marvin and Kevin's initials KO. Yeah, go tell them check out. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is MKO, pugilism, boxing channel, talking all things boxing. And it's just a quick one now, talking to you about Anthony Joshua, the two-time heavyweight champion of the world. As recently, he's been talking to Sky, been doing a fair few interviews, as you would at this time during the pandemic. That's pretty much all you can do, interviews and do your own training at home or whatever it is. And he said something very important to Sky during an interview, and he said that he wants this one champion, one face, one name. And he was basically calling out Tyson Fury and claiming that he wants to fight Tyson Fury next. He wants that undisputed fight next. And I, for one, along with probably quite a few other people, definitely would say that, yeah, if I have the choice, I'd definitely have this fight next. And I mean, there's several reasons for it. The main reason for it is that it's definitely an unprecedented thing to, for one thing, have all the belts owned by English fighters, by British fighters. That's one thing. I don't think that's happened in history where you've got two British fighters, and they basically hold all the belts in the heavyweight division. I don't think that's happened in history. Perhaps maybe it has, I don't know. But I think, these two guys, they've got all four of the major belts from the major sanctioning bodies, WBC, WBA, IBF and WBO, and they're all, owned, I think, 3 for Anthony Joshua, and the Ring and WBC owned by Tyson Fury. So this is something that, as a fight fan, I'd be very keen to see take place next, as Anthony Joshua said, because I think with boxing and with belts being as fragmented as they are, for me, I believe that something like an undisputed fight, should take precedence over even the mandatories. Something like a unification of this magnitude. Yeah, I think, me being selfish, I think, it should take precedence, because at the end of the day, that fight happens, then we can say once and for all, once and for all, who is the real and the true heavyweight champion. Because right now, it's kind of debatable who's number one at heavyweight. I think the consensus is Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury he's the only man who's held all the belts. 2015, he won practically all of them, all the ones that, let's say, Joshua's got now in 2015 when he beat Vladimir Klitschko. But then, because of what happened with him, with the drugs and all this stuff, obviously he didn't get to defend those belts. Those belts were then fragmented. Now Anthony Joshua has all those belts, and up to a point, Deontay Wilder had the WBC for a long while, but now Tyson Fury's got the WBC and he's got the Ring. So many, would argue that Fury is the top man at the moment, and I don't think you could really argue with that. I think technically, and based on consensus, based on him being undefeated, him having basically held all the belts, he's the number one. But I think still, to actually prove once and for all that he's the number one, he still does need to beat Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua, like him or dislike him, he does hold all the rest of the belts. So, I think Fury and Joshua, they both need each other. And I think it would be a great thing for heavyweight boxing, great thing for British boxing, if we just said, right, forget the mandatories and I think Wilder should still get the opportunity to fight the winner in an ideal world. But I think, let the undisputed fight take precedence over all of it, because I think with that fight, if that fight was to take place next, then it would basically clear up everything and it would give us an actual number one heavyweight champion. There would be no debating about it. There would be no questioning about it, because all the belts would be on the line. And the winner then could be rightfully called the champion, the heavyweight champion. And, that would clearly be the man, because right now it's debatable depending on, how you see it. I think most people see Fury, but the reality is he doesn't hold all the belts. There's still some belts he doesn't hold. There's still a world champion who he hasn't fought. Many would say Joshua, but at the end of the day, there's still another world champion out there called Tyson Fury. He's got the ring belt. He's got the WBC. So it's one of those things where they both need each other. And I think, I'm with Anthony Joshua on this one champ, one face, one name. Originally said by Deontay Wilder, and, at the time I agreed with him saying it. That's how it should be in the heavyweight division. There's just these two guys, Joshua, Fury now, the two main ones. And, it needs to be, for the sake of boxing, for the sake of clarity, I think this needs to be sorted out. So, as Anthony Joshua talking spicy, talking heavy, I definitely agree with him on that point. And, he wants the unification, and he said in his interviews that, he's got the skills to do it. He says he knows, how to approach Tyson Fury, and he's definitely got the skills to do it. And he also didn't stop there. There was, I think, another interview where he spoke about Dillian White, Dillian the Body Snatcher White, and he said that, look, Dillian White would just be another one-sided beating for me. He was, so even Dillian White, got a bit of the talk as well by Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's, talking about basically Dillian White can get it, and he said he believes that he'll just give Dillian White a one-sided beating, and that's big talk. That's big talk.